Probably.
Alright, good morning everyone. So, every time I have to like verify my age at like a theater or, you know, for all of us that are 18, not 21 yet, but those lame 18-year-old clubs and all that. Or when, sadly, I have to give it to an officer because I'm being accused of doing an illegal driving maneuver when I'm pretty sure I was going 40 and 45, not 80. I notice every time I hand out my driver's license, I always notice a small pinkish dot misplaced randomly with a 5-letter word on it, which is donor. It takes me way back when I was 18, you know, excited to go finally get my driving license. And when I was filling out the form at the DMV, the day I decided to check the box to be a selfless person, and if for the saddest and, you know, tragic occasion that I die, my organs and everything that I don't need be given to someone else in need. For my organs to be donated to the dead in dire need of it, but death isn't the only case, but in this aspect I will be talking about death. Now, after further discussing and investigating into the subject, I noticed a pattern of thousands die yearly due to the lack of donations in organs and tissues. I found it confusing and lost about it because I noticed that people aren't really in need of those organs or tissues after death. So people have no need for organs after death, so why not let them be used by someone else who is in need? That is why you should become an organ/tissue donor, so you can help save lives, help those who are in need, and I'm also going to disregard and demyth most of the conceptions that are along with organ donation. First of all, for all of you who don't know, an organ tissue transplant is basically simple. It's just once you are going to donate an organ, you just get a person who's going to receive it. You see it surgically removed and then placed into the person that's going to receive it. To give you an idea, for example, like the person, you know, for all you car enthusiasts and fanatics and Fast and Furious, if Paul Walker and Roger Rodas, who tragically died recently, if they were organ donors, all those that didn't get, all the organs that are still healthy and still capable of being used would get surgically removed and placed into a waiting list for other people on the waiting list. And just to give you an idea of how many people are in need, or how much one organ or tissue can do, one organ or tissue donor can save up to 8 lives and enhance up to 50 more. And I got that from Katie Paulson of DonateLife.org. A single donor can give the gift of life, which is no other gift can make it better. Or as simple as a simple tissue can make a person be able to dance, walk, skip, enjoy life, have a normal life. So for all of you who check the box to be put into the donor registry at the California DMV, you are legally authorizing the recovery of organs and tissues in the event of your death. By doing so, it guarantees that all your organs and your wishes will come true. Your organs won't go to waste. They will be given to someone who's in need. To get a view of how high the demand is for this, according to the DMV, more than 21,000 Californians are waiting for a second chance at life. Out of approximately 120,000 nationwide, 20% is alone in the state that you guys live in. So the sad truth stated by the DMV, 1 out of 3 will die due to the lack of life-saving donors. So it's a possibility that you know or knew someone that was on that waiting list. If it ever comes to the sad conclusion where you were placed on that list or someone you knew, wouldn't you like to have choice and desire for the donor to come through and help you? Many pray and beg for a miracle for someone to just give life or a second chance when someone is not in need of it. if you want an organ or tissue donation so that you continue living, why wouldn't you do it for someone else? Secondly, now to debunk the counter-arguments on organ donation. Many excuses people give to why not to be an organ donor are cost, religion, and the funeral. To begin with, cost is not an issue. None of to get it surgically removed and placed into the other person will not be paid by your family or anyone else after death. It will all be paid by the organ donation. Medical care, if you're a donor, medical care will not increase. Will not increase if you are an organ donor. Neither the donation or your organs, tissues cost your family. They are paid by the program. Now another myth is that some people give is like, oh, religion. Now, I'm not sure if my religion will allow me to do that, or if they would agree to it. But a little known fact, most all religions actually find it as a care and loving act to help someone out. And also stated by organdonor.gov, most major religions in the United States support organ donation and consider donation as a final act of love and generosity towards others. But if you are still worried, you can still contact your church leader or your church to see if it'll be all right. And lastly, many believe if you donate your tissues and organs, you cannot have an open casket funeral. But that is completely wrong. They will do the surgery to get the tissue or organ the same as if you were alive. They would respect your body. It would be cut, it would be passed like to normal, like as if it was plastic surgery. They would fix it, make it the way that you would look, and you would still be able to have an open casket. No major disfigurations or alterations are done to the cadaver when retrieving the organ tissues, making it still possible to have an open casket funeral. Most reasons given against being donors are usually just myths. So hopefully you had a change of mind and heart to become an organ tissue donor. If you would like to become an organ tissue donor, you could visit your family doctor to get an evaluation of what you can and cannot do. One thing is that the only reasons you can't be an organ donor is if you have a severe disease that can be, like for instance, an STD, a growing cancer. Those are the only exceptions you can't be an organ donor. So if you want to, you can just go get an evaluation with your doctor, or just next time you're gonna renew your license and all that, you could just check off the box to become an organ donor. So hopefully one day, after your death or anything, if saddest part, you could leave a legacy into someone else's heart and give them the gift of a second life. Thank you.
Samuel, you got some comments?
Thought he had good eye contact, and when you look at the note cards, it wouldn't be like this time when he got lost, just to look at it to keep him on track. And I think his voice projection was pretty good.
Okay. All right, I think you needed a little bit more preview. A couple of problems with the delivery issues. You are reading way too much and looking at the notes an awful lot. That seemed to me to be problematic. I think you missed a trick with the ability to develop some emotional appeals. An example of somebody who was saved or helped immensely by an organ donation and the impact on their family. To me, that's probably a good emotional hook to pull somebody in and get them to commit on those things. All right, thank you. Like I said,